Hi, it's Tori from ToriMania.com. And as you can see, I've totally got this. And by I've totally got this, I mean this week has been a cluster. An absolute ADHD cluster, F-U-C-K. Big, fat cluster. And I don't know if it's because of over medication, as we learned from our Concerta vlog, or under medication. I may be a candidate for Adderall. If it's Mercury retrograde, because everyone seems to be miserable. Or it's just a normal week, and I just seem to notice it this week because I've got real things to do. And I've totally got this. I don't know. But as always, here's Maya. She's my little rock. Maya's got my back. Always count on a Scorpio to have your back. Unless you stab them in the back, then they plot your death. Little astrology lesson for you that you can learn more at The Sleepless Astrologer. Or it's actually Sleepless Astrologer on YouTube, and The Sleepless Astrologer on Facebook and pretty much everywhere else. Just so you know. And I'm off course again. See, ADHD. Yeah. So what happened is I started on one project. I got up at like 6 a.m. pretty much every day this week, or 7, and went to bed after midnight in hopes that I'd have this big chunk of time of day to do things of various tasks and get them done in a timely and complete manner and a correct manner, because we also know with ADHD, little mistakes come with the distraction and the procrastination and whatever else. No one ever talks about the little errors that make you cringe and make other people think you're dumb. That's nothing that's discussed. We might discuss that. We might go there one day. But in this moment, we're going to talk about the fact that I got up at the ass of dawn, and my intention was to do social media marketing like I'm supposed to do, write my blog, do some vlogs, because it's been like a week since I've done this. Do something creative that I can't remember. I don't know. The list is like this. And I wound up turning to like a professional life coach and a psychologist. And I'm like, I'm overwhelmed and I need time management skills now. Not like make an appointment for Thursday. Like now. I need help now. And I was given help, but it wasn't like reasonable help. And I don't know about you, but if you've ever been told, like, make a list of all the things you have to do and then pick the top 3 and do those things only, they'll lead you into doing other things, or you'll stop doing things and going back to smoking pot and watching Judge Judy or whatever you do for fun, playing video games or not smoking pot, because this is a kid-friendly station with my dirty mouth. So, things like that were suggested to me, and I'm like, that's all well and good, and I can certainly pick 3 or 5 things that need to be done right this minute, but what about the 15 other things that also need to be done right this minute? It's giving me anxiety, which is setting off my, like, a little mania flit, and I'm spinning in circles and going nowhere fast. And I'm working really hard on this task, 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 back to where I began, and I've done nothing. From 7 to midnight. I missed Rick and Morty to do nothing from 7 to midnight. My husband is like at his wit's end with me not paying any attention to him because I'm trying to play boss girl, which I've got somewhere. Do I have Boss Girl? The Boss Girl trying to build her empire with her name on the spiral. From 7 to midnight, missing Rick and Morty, pissing off her husband. That's That's pretty much what's happening here. And I kind of wondered how other people with ADHD just get through the effing day. And more so, I wondered how famous people with ADHD do anything at all. There's a secret to it somehow because they're successful. And I made a list of some famous people with ADHD, and I'd like to share that with you and maybe mull over their coping skills or management team. Or Justin Timberlake, Adam Levine, which he's very outspoken about his ADHD. And you'll notice that on The Voice he squirms a lot. Will Smith, who is obviously ADHD, as is Jim Carrey. Sir Richard Branson has ADHD. Albert Einstein, born on the same day I am, obviously different years, was told he was so stupid he'd never amount to anything. ADHD. Galileo, Mozart, Da Vinci, Cher, who can do whatever she wants. If she wants to have ADHD, feel free. Walt Disney, John Lennon. That worked out well for him. I'm not being sarcastic. Like, his wandering mind just changed a generation. Churchill, Henry Ford, Stephen Hawking, Alexander Graham Bell, Woodrow Wilson, JFK, Robert Kennedy, Dwight Eisenhower, Prince Charles, though he can have ADHD because he's not doing much of anything. Cheating on his wife was kind of a sign of ADHD and of being a Scorpio. F. Scott Fitzgerald, Justin Bieber, Glenn Beck, James Carville, Pulitzer Prize winning writer Catherine Ellison, Woody Harrelson, this guy named Ed Hallowell, who's a Harvard psychologist. He has ADHD. Paris Hilton. And before you start laughing, she has like her own hotels and luxury condo mogul and makeup empire and perfume empire in Japan and China, and she don't need the US. She's not even bothering with us. And she did it. She grew up and she did it. So I'm going to give props to Paris for being a fucking spaz and still pulling it off. And I believe she did it with her own money and not her family's. Michael Phelps, Channing Tatum, who admits that it takes him 5 times to read a script before he even gets the gist of what the movie is about. Howie Mandel, but he's sick with everything. Lisa Ling, award-winning journalist. Will.i.am. Joan Rivers, Beethoven, Magic Johnson, and Sylvester Stallone. They made it work for them. Galileo made it work for him. I mean, John Lennon made it. Churchill, I mean, think about what he did. He multitasked. He monotasked. I don't know what he did. They didn't have Ritalin back then. I think they had whiskey. And maybe he self-medicated. But if all these people can do all this stuff, then why can't I? Do you ever wonder that? Like, all these people did all this stuff. Justin Timberlake brought sexy back with ADHD. Why can't I? I'm not sexy, but you see what I'm saying. So that's kind of where I am right now. And I'd love to hear your stories if you've ever kind of had a week where you've doubted everything that you've done and you reached out for help and it's just kind of been a bummer of a week, but you survive, you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, you pop that Ritalin, and on to the next thing. So I'm going to cross this off my list as soon as I get it uploaded, and probably muck around on YouTube since I'll be on there anyway, and then it'll be dinner time and who knows. But if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I know it's not the happiest, but it is honest. If you've ever had experiences like this, feel free to put it in the comments and share. I'd love to talk with you. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about mental health and ADHD and bipolar and anxiety and depression, all sorts of happy things. We keep it real, but we're tangible, and, or at least when I say we're, I mean me. And there's ToriMania merchandise now, in case you feel like drinking your caffeine from a cup with a pretty flower on it that says ToriMania, and that makes your day better. Then yay, hooray, then something good happened. Anyways, I thank you all for watching, and you'll be happy to know that I've got a tutor to teach me how to use my camera and how to edit. So videos like this will probably cease in the beginning of 2018, and you're going to see some real footage, real videos. Something to look forward to if I can remember to study. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.